I'm HeyWoah and I make Age of Sigmar content. I wrote something today, so let me read it to you. With the coming of 4th edition, and some of you may be able to pick up what I'm putting down as you listen, it's story time. The year is 1993. Bitterly cold winds with temperatures approaching negative 30 degrees and 12 inches of snowfall. January in Wisconsin brought the white that had been missing from last month's Christmas. Czechoslovakia, on the back of the Velvet Divorce from '89, and a great deal of other factors besides, dissolves into Slovakia and Czechia. William Jefferson Clinton, or Slick Willie as he would later be unaffectionately known, would take the oath as 42nd President of the United States, making Bush, that would be Herbert Walker Bush the Elder, one-term president. Read my lips, no new taxes. And then making new taxes may just have cost him the win. Hat tip Pat Buchanan, the Clinton campaign for dogging him on it. The conservative billionaire Ross Perot also split the Republican ticket in a sense, running as an independent. Many believed spoiled the election for Bush, although later analysis seems to indicate that not quite being the case. In February, terrorist Razmi Youssef and his co-conspirators parked their van loaded with a 1,200-pound urea nitrate bomb. Level B2 of the World Trade Center's parking garage detonated it. Despite leaving a hole 150 feet wide and several stories deep under the building, it did not collapse as they had hoped, though it did kill 6 and injure thousands. They were sentenced to 240 years each in prison and are still there today. Clinton caves and compromises on the military's homosexual ban. Charles Moskos would later coin it, "Don't ask, don't tell." U.S. federal government, Texas state law enforcement officials lay siege to David Koresh's child bride-taking and armed-to-the-teeth religious cult compound in Waco, Texas. 2 police officers convicted in Los Angeles on civil rights charges for the Rodney King police beating. He signed the North American Free Trade Agreement, whose tariff-free imports from Mexico and Canada of grocery and agribusiness products and oil respectively lowered prices where it generally hit consumers the hardest: food and gas. Short-term job losses and outsourcing would be the cost paid for NAFTA's mainly positive economic impact. Oh, Israeli-Palestine Accord is reached? Sure, that'll work out. And I gotta cut it off somewhere, but just for one last sense of scale, Ruth Bader Ginsburg pointed to the Supreme Court. The year is 1993. You're a kid. All that other stuff is vague, fuzzy background noise your dad puts on the black and fake wood pattern radio on the kitchen counter. You're trying to watch Ninja Turtles. Eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the one that came with the crazy straw in the box that year. You know the one. To you, it's a snow day, and gaming has never been better. This year, 2 random, mostly unknown 20-somethings, 1, a proud Cherokee and Mexican-American young man with big dreams, and 2, a socially awkward white kid of staggering intellect, would make a video game. John Romero and John Carmack released the original Doom on 4 floppy disks, or 2 for the shareware version that you probably had. Your 486 with 4 megabytes of RAM struggled to handle it. It was amazing. Changed everything. Super Street Fighter 2, Virtua Fighter, Myst, NBA Jam, Disney's Aladdin, Day of the Tentacle, Mega Man X, Ridge Racer, Sonic CD, and more all came out this year. Richard Garfield, out of the University of Pennsylvania, would release the alpha version of his brand new card game, Magic the Gathering, this year. And across the pond, a little hobby company called Games Workshop would offer up for sale a brand new Skaven model in metal, Lord Skrolk. Now known as a plague priest, this little metal model, released in the year of our Lord 1993, 31 years ago, is still for sale today. This little rat, born into all I mentioned at the onset, would go on to watch the rise of 3D graphics, nearly the whole progression of the internet, the death of cassette tapes and VHS, the birth and death of CDs, DVDs, the rise and fall of AOL, Yahoo, the browser wars, and the dot-com crash. He watched cell phones take off, the towers fall, the princess and the queen die. The first black president, Brexit, even the game he was made for, he watched decline and die. He outlived his own game by almost a decade. Still, he soldiered on into this new one 9 years ago with Age of Sigmar. And, at long last, with the announcement for the refresh of the Skaven line and the coming of 4th edition Age of Sigmar, he may finally rest. Lord Skrolk, aka Plague Priest, for sale 1993 to 2024.
It's a bittersweet symphony that's life, trying to make ends meet. You're a slave to money, then you die. I'll take you down the only road I've ever been down. You know, the one that takes you to the places where all the things meet, yeah.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
No change, I can change, I can change, I can change. But I'm here in my mold. I am here in my mold. But I'm a million different people from one day to the next. I can't change my mold. No, 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 Well, I've never prayed, but tonight I'm on my knees, yeah. I need to hear some sounds that recognize the pain in me, yeah. I let the melody shine, let it cleanse my mind. I feel free now. But the airwaves are clean and there's nobody singing to me now. No change, I can change, I can change, I can change. But I'm here in my mold. I am here in my mold. And I'm a million different people from one day to the next. I can't change my mold. No, 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 no. No, I can change it. No, I can change it. 'Cause it's a bittersweet symphony that's life, trying to make ends meet, trying to find some money, then you die. You know I can change, I can change, I can change, I can change, but I'm here.
It is not generally speaking unruly.
In my mold, and I'm a million different people from one day to the next. I can change my mold. No, 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 no. It's got to take my environment. Melody and silence. Can't change my violence. Melody
context.
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
Anyway, thanks for listening to Storytime. I stream the night. Buy a shirt, will ya?